Pipeline and facility equipment and components. In this lesson, we talk about things like pumps, motors, valves, meters, strainers, samplers. We also talk about scraper traps, automatic custody transfer units, all of these things that go into the facility part, building the facility, so pump stations, compressor stations, metering stations, and those sorts of things. Now, here's a clip from Pipeline and Facility Equipment and Components. That wraps up the section on metering and sampling and calibration. Now we want to move on and cover a few kind of interesting topics or interesting components we use before we wrap this up. And the first one we'll talk about is scraper launchers and scraper receivers. And so we sort of use the term scraper, pig, and those sorts of things. We just intermingle them together. Scraper is a pig, pig is a scraper. And there are various different types of pigs, various different types of devices we put through the pipeline, maintenance pigs as well as smart pigs. Here's a drawing I developed that shows a scraper launcher and a scraper receiver. And if you look at this, you look at the launcher, that one line is towards the back of the launcher. And you look at the receiver, that same line is towards the front of the launcher. The other valves are located the same place. We have a valve to isolate the barrel from the other parts of the pipeline, and we have a line there to let flow through. So the scraper launcher barrel needs to be short enough so you can get that scraper pushed in, and it seats well into that line where that's the ID of the main line. The bypass, sometimes called the kicker line, is located towards the back of the barrel because we need to get back behind that pig and push it out. On the receiver, there the kicker line is towards the front of the barrel. And the barrel has to be long enough to let that pig kind of get past the bypass line and decelerate. And the other reason we want the bypass line towards the front is any debris the pig brought in with, we want it to push it in the end and not let it come into the station. So scraper launcher, scraper receiver, sometimes called scraper traps or pig traps. Here then is a picture of an actual scraper launcher. This happens to be a natural gas launcher, but it could just as well be an oil launcher. So you see we have the barrel, and then we have the reducer bringing it down into the diameter or the ID of the main line, and we have the kicker line back there on the back. So it can be behind the scraper and push it out. Here then you can see the scraper has been pushed into the trap far enough so it's engaged, it's seated in that line, and then whenever they shut this door, and they will manipulate the valves to put the fluid back behind the pig, behind the scraper, it will be pushed out of the station and it'll be propelled through the line being pushed by the fluid that's in the pipeline. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to know more about this or any other lesson, please contact me at tom@pipelineknowledge.com or call me at the phone number. And if you like this little clip, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified when more tutorials and more clips are posted on YouTube.